Today, I share a few words about remaining steady through upcoming improvisations. I once heard that a rabbi, a priest, and a minister walked into a bar, and the bartender said, "What is this, a joke?" The bartender sensed these clergy members were out of their flow, on the wrong stage, unless they were a Unitarian Universalist minister. Although today I know of more UU ministers in AA than those who step into bars. You see, a shift has occurred. 30, 40, 50 years ago, many of the most important UU meetings occurred in rooms stocked with bourbon and cigars. But life is different in 2019 than it was in 1969, 79, or 89. The bourbon and cigars have vanished too, as have those meeting rooms. Today's lesson for life is about improvising, an appropriate discussion in this time of transition. Or, if you prefer, you could think of it as the demise of bourbon and cigars. The Northlake experience of a shift in ministry is like this. It is a move to a separate stage. Now, stages. What do I mean by stage? You can see your home, your work, your community, or campground as separate stages, right? Your approach is different in a campground than it is at work. In truth, the stages of life begin to shift every morning. The moment your eyes pop open, most of us move from bedroom to bathroom to kitchen. Sleep occurs in the bedroom, teeth are brushed in the bathroom, then to the kitchen for coffee. Adjustments are needed in the move from one place to the other. Movements like these require some personal improvisation, a skill featured in music and dance. Our biological rhythms are the symphony of the cosmos, says Deepak Chopra. There is a music embedded deep within us to which we dance. Martha Graham, a dancer and choreographer for 70 years, told her students that dance is the hidden language of the soul. Those dancers who've been trained with the Graham technique have a very well-controlled flow to them. A patience through the dance is set in place by practice. Her dancers have learned the ropes. In music and in dance, there is a set of rules that free up those who know the rules. There are chords to follow in music. You miss the chord, who knows? It might not even sound like jazz when you miss the chord. Myself, when it comes to dance, I am not as free as I would like to be. There are many dances where I do not know the steps, and it is difficult to lead when you don't know where you're going. The same thing is true at church. The symphony of your cosmos is your best guide. But yet, I share 5 steps that guide improvisation in the shift from one stage to another. And these steps are to live, reflect, learn, help, and point forward. First, to live. Living exposes people to situations that intrigue, challenge, and may even scare them. Looking back, you have moved through many stages of life. You began by educating yourselves in what it means to be a church. Some here knew and followed a solid program. Others struggled to find their way. Some have grabbed on and caught onto this organization. Others are seldom or never seen. Yet, those who are here made it through this course of study. Your institutional education has charted a course you can follow, as you have been. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest, said Benjamin Franklin. The interest you have earned is a program of worship and education and service. Many people relish the presence of friends and companions, also available here. A friendship offers unique opportunities in life. You can unload on a friend. Sometimes that's necessary. Listen to a friend. Enjoy their company. Do things together. Living fully includes a need for friends and friendship. And many of you have found such friends here at Northlake UU. Relish what you have, Northlakers. Enjoy this community. It's a place for worship, service, and community have come to life here for many years. Continue to go with that flow. The second step, to reflect. As humans, and I think that there's both an institutional and a personal way of looking at this, and whereas I'm going to talk institutionally, feel free, if you need to do this on the personal level, to use these steps on the personal level as well. But as humans, we are gifted with the ability of self-reflection. You can pause and consider what you have done, if your actions have worked, or if you might, or perhaps even should, change your approach. When you have a moment, I invite you, if you have not already, I invite you to read the summer 2019 issue of the UU World. It shares several examples of personal reflection by transgender Unitarian Universalists. One key highlight that I found in these articles is that transgender people, those who make it, pose questions that all of us should consider, but many fail to ask. Alex Capitan says, as a UU, I was raised to ask questions. I was raised to question everything that was presented by society as normal in my life, the segregation and racism of my hometown, the idea that adults knew more than children and youth, the expectation that I was a girl who would grow up to be straight. I was taught to honor my own truth. I was taught that my truth was true, even if it didn't line up with what I was told was supposed to be my truth. Yes, Unitarian Universalists have questioned things, but I think we can all see that a transition from a binary stage, a female-male stage, to a bisexual or transgender world requires improvisation. Alex shares, this journey of living into my truth wasn't a linear search for who I really was, discarding different lies or half-truths as I went along until I found the one true, ultimate, enduring truth about who I was. When I was 16, I was bi-ish. That was my truth. Who I am today does not negate what I was when I was 6 or 16 or 26. All of these truths are true. What Alex is sharing is an ability to shift when shifts are required, needed. This ability to shift your view after solid reflection on the life previously lived is an improvisational technique, and I think it's needed in any move from stage to stage. It is my hope and prayer, though, that Unitarian Universalists continue to center those sharing their lessons with all of us. Continue to open the door of allowing people to move into the center, whoever they are, wherever they may have been. The third step is to learn. Your understanding of life develops over the years, as it has with Alex. Adjustments are often necessary. The times change, you change. Experiences outside us, out in the interdependent web, are not what they once were. As life moves through stages, the viewpoint shifts. We open the door to transition when we begin to say, yes, and. As Northlake moved through its interim, your reflections led you to draft a covenant of right relation. Looking forward, you may need this covenant from time to time. If you can, keep this covenant alive within this community. Let it guide you toward a greater understanding of the beauty of this beloved community. And just in case any of you may have forgotten a little bit of it, let's take a moment to read through this covenant together. As individual people working together to form an inclusive, joyful, and sacred community, we commit to this covenant. We will offer acceptance and support to all, giving and receiving with grace and gratitude. We will listen with compassion and speak with honesty and respect. We will acknowledge our feelings and take responsibility for the impact of our actions. We will welcome the open-hearted exchange of perspectives while respecting personal boundaries. We will address conflicts directly, giving the benefit of the doubt, and forgive ourselves and each other. By honoring these commitments, we foster an empowered Northlake community, promoting love, equity, and justice in the world. We turn from the covenant to the fourth step, to help. The Spirit is lifted when help is extended to those who need assistance. I point out, as several of you know, that Northlake is nearing the point where you have shared $150,000 with those who provide services to the homeless. Keep it up. A spirit of interfaith outreach has led several religious organizations to use this facility as their place for worship. Another way this church has been guided by its mission, seeking to help. I am impressed I am greatly impressed by what you have done here at Northlake. Continue to build bridges. Continue to reach out to your local community. Kirkland needs you. You have earned a reputation as a religious community who cares about those around you. This is firm ground on which to stand. Kudos to all of you. Fifth point forward. And this is important because often people seem to be tied to things that happened in the past and to look back to previous iterations of life as if running through them again is going to do anybody any good at all. It's important to maintain a forward look. You are on a good path at Northlake Unitarian Universalist. Oh, a stage of your church life is shifting? Most certainly. But your good efforts, the karma those efforts have brought to you, are pointing you forward. Soon, I would hope, this forward emphasis will lead you to consider a new 5-year plan, your next 5-year plan. Just like you did with your covenant, dig into that 5-year plan, long-range planning program. Pay attention to it. Point forward. In summary, you've heard 5 steps for improvisation, a few guidelines for adopting to a new course. Live, reflect, learn, help, point forward. Live fully enjoying the life you have. Reflect, continue to ask tough questions and ask them of yourselves, not for others. Learn, feel your way into any necessary shifts, any needed shift. Let your feelings guide you. Help, be a home for good karma for all. Do what you can. Point forward. Continue to move toward the belovedness of a beloved community. And as you do, my friends, look to keep the boat steady, no matter the rocking waters. Look to your steady leaders, help them maintain a steady presence, and in the end, be blessed by all that you have done and all that you can do here at Northlake UU. May the love in your hearts find love in the hearts of those around you. Namaste.